At M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Los Angeles Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. Oh, he's got some break. There he goes, left side. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Charles already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Another nice one there on the punt now on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Ravens will take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Another run here with Dobbins. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. 22. Here's Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a play faking at Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Play action. Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp with career touchdown number 60. And the Rams are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Jackson to Bateman there, first down Ravens. The Ravens at 5-7 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on it.
Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first. 0 hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. 7-7, our score after 1. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Dobbins once more. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the 1st down in the process.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Again, it's Stafford. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2nd down and goal. Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and through. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
87 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this 1st down.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Man open is Robinson.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Third and long, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing the best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Jackson now. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So 8 yards on the completion there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Here's Jackson to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. It's taken to the 26. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Now the ball comes loose. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I'm thinking the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out?
The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On first down, Stafford here.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Slot man moves right. From the 36, Stafford. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Monday, 21. Libra.
Throwing again is Stafford. It's complete to Robinson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
On first down, it's Stafford.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
And Stafford's going to take it himself. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Matthew Stafford scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Rams take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field. And here we go with the ball in the air.
From the 6. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson, throw left side complete. That's Andrews.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Right back to Dobbins on first.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
It seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throwing is Jackson. The quick slant caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
That was a huge play on 3rd down, so now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
Tucker's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Off of play action, here's Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Hey.
Stafford gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
22.
The center receiver in motion to the right. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point 4th quarter lead. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And taken right on the 30. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Play action. Stafford. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
We'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Back to throw. Stafford. He's got, and oh, he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
On 2nd down, here's Jackson.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Forced out, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Middle.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Easy.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll run here with Akers.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. They'll send the tight end in motion left.
Again, it'll be Akers.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Cam Akers
A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Rams look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they were stopped on fourth down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on fourth down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us, or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Odafe Oweh there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing here, Stafford. And he's got his target, Harris. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. In motion left goes a tight end.
Over here.
From the gun, here's Stafford. On the move to his left. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here.